Imagine a time when Europe was embroiled in a centuries-long conflict, a struggle for power and dominion that would shape the course of history. This was the 100 Years' War, a clash between two mighty nations, England and France. Amidst this backdrop of war and uncertainty, an unlikely figure emerged, a young peasant girl from a small village in France, who would forever alter the course of the war and become an enduring symbol of national pride. Her name was Joan of Arc. Joan was born in Domremy, a small village in northeastern France, in 1412. Her parents were humble farmers, and Joan spent her childhood helping them with their chores, tending to their sheep, and learning the ways of the countryside. She was a devout Catholic, deeply religious, and filled with a strong sense of faith. When Joan was just 13 years old, she began to experience visions and hear voices, which she believed were messages from God. These visions told her that she had been chosen by God to lead France to victory in the 100 Years' War. At first, Joan dismissed these visions as mere dreams, but they persisted, becoming more vivid and insistent with each passing day. Joan's conviction in her divine mission grew stronger, and she became determined to fulfill what she believed was God's will. She sought an audience with the French crown prince, Charles VII, who was struggling to maintain his authority against the English and their Burgundian allies. Despite her lack of military experience and her humble origins, Joan's unwavering faith and her passionate plea for action convinced Charles to give her a chance. In 1429, the English laid siege to Orleans, a strategically important city on the Loire River. The city was on the verge of falling, and the future of France looked bleak. Joan, clad in men's armor and carrying a white banner, rallied the French army and, against all odds, led them to a series of stunning victories against the English. The siege of Orleans was a turning point in the 100 Years' War. Joan's leadership and the French army's newfound confidence inspired the nation, and the tide began to turn in their favor. With Joan's guidance, Charles VII was crowned King of France at Reims Cathedral, a symbolic victory that emboldened the French and demoralized the English. Joan's meteoric rise came to an abrupt end in 1430 when she was captured by the Burgundians and sold to the English. She was put on trial for heresy and witchcraft, and despite her unwavering faith and her impassioned defense, she was found guilty and sentenced to death. On May 30, 1431, at the age of 19, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake in the marketplace of Rouen, France. Joan of Arc's story is one of courage, faith, and sacrifice. Despite her tragic end, she left an indelible mark on history. She became a national heroine in France, a symbol of hope and resilience during a time of great adversity.